So this is our 2020, nope, this is our 2013 Ford F-150 Platinum. Don't need the Platinum to do the truck camping, trust me. That's just for the ride in. Let's take a look at the inside of the truck, and then we'll go through the camper part that we built out.
Cool.
Come along. So our 13 F-150 is equipped with the Max trailer tow. So we can actually tow our camper behind this. So we'll have lots of camping space.
How many people would that be able to sleep then?
Oh my goodness. So this truck camper will sleep 2, and then our camper, I believe, sleeps 8.
Okay.
A lot of people.
8 people.
Yeah, you could sleep 10 plus people.
Okay.
Our F-150 we purchased from just a used car lot. The truck we have $22,000 in. That's what I paid for the truck. The truck, so Platinum has the nice interior, so this is more of like the city truck, opposed to like an FX4 package truck of this year, which would be the off-road. That would have been our preference, but this one had skid plates. That's one of the things with the FX4 is the extra skid plates. It does have nicer off-road shocks. This one does not. Like I said, this is the city version here. 95,000 miles is what we bought this truck with. Was looking for something under 100 or about 100. And about this vintage, somewhere about 10 years old is what I figured that we could get. So miles are decent. 100,000 miles does require some maintenance, so it's going to cost us a little bit more here too, but that's part of the deal. So this truck has captain's chairs, does have nav.
Nav.
Yeah, so
Captain's chairs.
some nice pieces. If you got kids, you know.
Yeah.
So car seats. Nice thing about the, watch out, bud. The nice thing about the F-150, when they went to the new bodies in 2009, is a completely flat floor here. Previous models would have the transmission hump, where that's just up farther than in this model. So nice, you put a bunch of stuff in there. You could actually sleep another person back here, a little person, I suppose.
Cool. All right.
So like Bryson could
potentially
actually
sleep 9.
sleep back here. Yeah, so we could maybe get 3.
That'd be crazy.
2 little people. All right,
And then we're heading to the back now.
heading to the back. All right, so our topper. So we bought the truck without the topper. Obviously the topper's not paint matched. We bought the topper for another $800 just from a local dude. Topper, honestly, on the inside, it was in pretty good shape, but the outside really isn't. There's a lot of chipping. The topper was kind of jank. It didn't have, the struts weren't working. The dude didn't have a key to it. So we've done some good work to the topper to get it into shape. It didn't take much or anything like that. The struts were 20 to 30 bucks. The new latch that it has was about $70. It came with keys. So this is all fixed up. The clamps, we had to buy clamps. The ones that he had were not gonna work either. Clamps were cheap, I think less than 20 bucks. We'll go through a total on this at some point, I guess. Nolan will put up a list, or at the end here, we'll put up a list with dollar amounts and stuff, so you can see exactly what this this whole thing costs from start to finish. Since we've done this in the last 60 days, we've bought the truck, the topper, and built this out in the last 60 days. So.
And then the strut.
Oh, yep.
So
The easy down strut for the tailgate.
yeah, because these don't come with it, right?
Nope. So up until just the last few years, all these trucks have these easy down or power back tailgates. That was only another 20, 30 bucks, whatever. All right, we'll start at the very front and
Okay.
work our way back here. All right, so we'll start at the front here, this front corner. So under this, I guess let's start with the mattress. So the mattress is just a memory foam queen mattress that cut in half was exactly right for our sleeping platform, which was somewhere 30 to 33 inches. I don't remember exactly, but cut that thing in half. It was perfect. Up here in this corner, we have one little cubby. This is what I have envisioned to just have like rescue stuff. So right now this is just a battery jump that I bought just in case, using the battery, since we do have power run from the battery, if something were to happen and we're not totally stranded. So I'm gonna put like tow rope, if I can fit a tow rope in here, put a tow rope up here, or maybe any other little tools, just because I don't want to be getting in and out of this for any real reason. So that's the idea for that cubby. We have on this side a big drawer. This is separated from our slide here, so it's got a wall so nothing can slide out of or get out of our slide into this section. I'm thinking maybe like clothes or dry food, probably clothes up here, just like extras of things that I don't really need either. It's just, these are kind of a pain to get into, as I'm realizing just here in this very beginning of playing with this truck. So I don't want to be getting in and out of these areas very much. So that's that guy. Next here is our diesel heater.
Yeah, I want to get a nice little inside shot of that.
So our diesel heater has we exhausted it here, not exhausted it, the HVAC runs out here away from your face, so it just blows down is the idea here. Ran that thing last night. It gets cooking hot in here. You do not need it on more than a 1 power fan, and you can only live in here with it on for 5 minutes, and it's way too hot in here. So that's something that we'll just have to baby. Or
You mentioned that there was 2 different styles.
oh yeah, so we have we bought an 8 kilowatt diesel heater. They come in a 5. The 5 would have probably been way better, just because this area is tiny in here and you're already raised up off of the floor halfway sleeping. So when running this thing in the winter, I still think that we're gonna have to crack a window just to maintain it at any kind of decent temperature you could live in. So this, you can see all the black, that's just foam flooring for like a workout room. These are just edge pieces that I just put together, and just to dampen the sound of the heater of the diesel pump, really. Seemed like it is way different than just with that sound bouncing off of this wood. So, and then you can see here's the struggle of what we got going here.
Oh, you got
with lifting up on this.
Mm-hmm.
Is that has slid off a couple times now. So can't really, this area, you're just not, it's not meant for getting in and out of. just because of that.
Only if you absolutely have to.
Yeah, like getting in and getting the cutoff on. All right, our countertop. So, we burnt this with a torch just to make it. I wanted to do that just to make it a little bit different than anything else. The plywood also was not the same. So this is a sanded plywood. This was an unfinished plywood, so just more rough. So I thought that would be a good idea. So because it looks different anyway, so why not change it completely? I think it turned out really well. I'm happy that we did do that on there. I think it's really cool. One of the coolest parts of the whole build, actually. Moving on to our cabinet here. So we just cut little cabinets out.
Oh, very cool.
It goes all the way to the back there. I don't know what we're putting in here really. This is just our carbon monoxide detector, little light, and then the remote for the diesel heater that's in there. Our Anchor power station, which we can pull out. I can put it up here actually. So last night we found out that when you sleep a second person on here, the rail obviously is even with this, so that it's even across here. But when the Anchor goes more or less dormant from use, the diesel heater's not on, the fridge isn't drawing any power, this Anchor the power turns off just for it to power save. And so this morning when it was a little chilly, I was gonna flip this diesel heater on, and problematic, you can't get to it. So when you sleep too, I think I'm just gonna end up putting the Anchor up here. First thing learned so far on doing this. Moving on, this is just big cupboard. And we'll put whatever in. Dry food probably actually is where that will go. In there, that makes a lot of sense, I suppose.
Nice.
And then the last part of in here is our little fridge, or little Magui fridge. Little 19, I think it's a 19 cubic inch option. This makes two options. Got the smaller one here. Doesn't fit a lot in there, but don't need a lot of cold stuff, I suppose. The drawer we built, we have a hard time building drawers. we can't get her figured out.
As you can tell in our previous videos.
Yeah, you'll see.
Take a look.
But make it work. It slides. Driving up here, driving through town, that had slid out. But apart from that, driving the dirt road to get in here and everything, it stayed like that, or it stayed in. So did a halfway decent job there. We'll put up show you the sleeping platform for the extra here. All right, so we'll show you the sleeping, just what the little sleeping platform looks like here that Bryson sleeps on. It's just a piece of plywood. Just run it on the rails here. And that's it, I guess.
Bam.
So then I just put a Thermarest sleeping pad on this side, and he has his little sleeping bag, and he's not,
Yeah.
This is a 6.5 foot bed, so I'm 5'11", and I obviously fit in here really good. He's half my size, so he doesn't need the full length. Diesel heater doesn't impede in him sleeping at all.
Does he sleep? Which way is his head?
His head's towards the heater.
Okay. Cool.
Yep, so we slept head in last night. Then this is just a little throw area.
Cool.
So I'm envisioning people were asking why you wouldn't just make this just even, and it's just so that if you just open the topper, you could just throw something down in there. I guess you could throw it anywhere really, but
Yeah, that's nice.
and it just looks kind of cool. I don't know, something going on. It's not all just square. All right, our big slide. So this is a 60-inch slide. These are 60-inch drawer slides. They lock out and in. I wanted it to cover the whole front, just to look nice and square, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a little cubby. Oh, there's another little cubby here that you could put something that you don't really need to get to that often or whatever. I suppose I could even put my fishing pole in there instead of where I have it with all of our sleeping and equipment and stuff. That would be a good place for that, actually. The drawer, we're not done with the drawer here. So we want to make a separation down the middle that favors this side being bigger, and make a gun cabinet. So
Cool.
never seen anybody in all of the builds make a gun cabinet and waste space in that way. So think it'd be cool. Give somebody an idea of how to build that, for sure. And if anybody's into hunting out of their truck camper, most people, it seems like they're just camping and traveling and city camping, stealth camping, and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna be hunting camp out of this thing is what we're doing. So sleeping bag and stuff. So this is what Bryson slept on, is that Thermarest Pro Light. You got this for backpack hunting because it's nice and light. And then I was using this Teton 20-degree bag.
How'd that do?
This thing does not, it's for way warmer temperatures. It's a 20-degree, but man, 30, 40, like summer is what you want to sleep this thing. I go antelope hunting with this bag, and just to have something on top of you, basically. So it's definitely not Wyoming approved. Rock this little pillow from Thermarest too. Didn't last night, but we will. This is Bryson's old sleeping bag here, just the Baby Shark
Nice.
special. He's plenty warm all the time. Yeah. So that's our truck build. If you have any questions on anything, then let us know down in the comments about anything that we did. We got all our videos up of building this thing. So comment on a video if you got a question on what we did too. I think they're pretty good. Skipped around a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. We're just kind of recapping the video, the tour. I guess a question I have for you is, what are your plans for this summer with the car?
With the truck.
With the
camper.
truck, sorry. We'll call
With
it
the
truck.
car. So yeah, we got some plans immediately here. We got spring hunting season that opens on Monday, actually. Spring bear opens on Monday. So we're gonna start baiting, and we're gonna get a bait barrel out. Before we get too deep into the bear hunting, Bryson and I have a trip planned. Next weekend we're gonna go turkey hunting. Turkey opens in Wyoming for general tags on April 20th. So we're gonna go hit opening weekend, spend an extra day doing that. So we're gonna head out on the 19th, of the day before, and try and do a little scouting. So we're gonna do that. And then the following week, hopefully we have some bears hitting our barrel, and we'll start sitting our blind, and we'll see all that stuff on the channel here. And then just regular summer camping. Usually do 3 or 4 weekends with our camper. We have a pull behind camper, So we'll take this and do some videos out of this thing too. I'm sure old Carter here
Yeah.
will tag along
I'll
with
be
us,
there.
and we'll be making van and truck camper videos. So the spring will be busy for us, and then we'll just settle into summer camping.
Nice. About the build, are there any things that you want to modify? Any things you'd do differently? Any changes, I guess?
Yeah. So we haven't been camping in it too long yet, but one thing that have noticed with Sleepin' 2 is our anchor power station. I put on the bottom because I wanted to have more access to the cabinets, which now I should have done the other way and put the anchor on the top, and at least in the front, and put that cabinet on the bottom, because at night, if you wanted to turn the heater on, the anchor powers off by itself when not in use, and there's no way to get to it. So we'll have to modify, and basically probably, if you're Sleepin' 2, just pull that anchor out, put it up on top of the cabinet to run the power to it, so that you can get to the button if you want to run the heater at night. Apart from that, I don't know if I'd make any other changes just yet. We haven't been camping in it that long yet, so.
Any plans to sell the sucker?
Everything's for sale. So
Okay.
if
answer.
somebody wanted to shoot an offer this direction on this thing, she's built out and ready to go. Had some camping trips in it. Works. Battery of the truck isn't dead. So wiring was good, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything's for sale, people.
Make an offer.
That's right.
Any tips to anybody that is gonna do this themselves that you've learned that you thought was super imperative, or any tools
Yeah.
that you suggest?
Yep. So we used the heck out of a table saw.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much that thing cost you, guy.
You can find them on Home Depot, Christmas time-ish, on sale for a couple $100.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a really good one. That, and then just a regular, just circular saw.
Track
We
saw
use-
would be really cool.
Yep. Track saw. I
Would
don't
be.
even know how much a track saw runs.
Those are expensive.
Are
That
they?
would be a luxury for sure.
Yep. I think we did a really good job with our clamps and our square, and made it work for sure. Jigsaw. We used
Jigsaw,
the
yeah.
jigsaw. I don't think that you would necessarily have to. We use our jigsaw for cutting the floor, and for cutting out our drawers or our holes. But you could use just a regular circular saw there to cut that. Jigsaw just made it nice for doing little things. So those tools.
What about the Craig pocket hole guy?
Oh yeah,
That-
definitely spend the $100. That's something, when watching some other videos, people that use that, they said that too. They said it was worth buying. I would definitely have to agree. I don't know how else we would have done that. You would have fought just drill bits,
Yeah.
going at an angle, not knowing how deep you were going through in a lot of places probably. That the big jig. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have both. We have the table jig, and then just
the small little guy. It just depends, cause like,
We did use both of them.
yeah, like sometimes we got ourselves into a pinch and then we were able to use the small one.
Mm-hmm.
But if we were thinking and planned it out, the big one was just the way to go. So if you're balling on a budget, get the small one. But if you're smart, the big one is 100% well worth the purchase. The small one was just there because that's all I could afford at the time, and I didn't even know about the big one. And
How much was the small one?
maybe $50, maybe less than that.
Yeah,
Because you have to buy the clamp too that comes with it.
sure.
But if I knew that there was like the big one, I would have bought that 110% before that little guy. So
The little one does make sense too. Like
Yeah.
in certain situations, it was beneficial for us to have both of them,
yeah,
but majority of the time we were using the big one.
yeah.
It
If
was
you
$100.
plan, yeah, if you plan, the big one is all you need. And yeah, if you just sometimes we just weren't thinking, and we
Yep.
were just excited to do the whole thing, and then realized that we needed it. So
Sawhorses,
sawhorses, definitely.
definitely have to have a pair of sawhorses.
Screwdrivers,
Oh yeah, we have each
yeah.
two, a set of screw guns. We use those constantly, obviously. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know what else we did.
yeah. That heat gun we used, but that's not. You could use a lighter.
Yep, use a lighter for shrink wrap and doing electrical stuff. We did use a lighter.
Yeah, with electrical stuff, I would say watch a bunch of YouTube videos. It's not as hard as you think, but it's easier to screw up than you think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see that, you see
Yeah.
that in the build.
Yeah. So
Definitely had what could have been a really bad accident
yeah.
doing that.
Anything else that you'd like to say? Any final notes?
And doing it, I'd say just overall, if you're thinking about doing it or not, this is this one for me.
Sawhorses,
Or-
definitely have to have.
Fortunately, is a luxury. We bought a $20,000 vehicle for literally no reason except for to go and do this. You can definitely buy cheaper trucks. They're going to have some more miles and stuff like that on them. Or if it's your everyday vehicle and you didn't need to use the bed all the time, or made it more removable, that would be cool too if it was your primary vehicle. The thing about doing it is, I think, just if it's something that you're into or something that you want to give a shot at, definitely do it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of fun. I think we had a good time building the thing. Definitely learned stuff. I am not a carpenter at all.
Me neither.
The one thing that I think that we learned, which if anybody has more carpentry skills than either of us, may hate what I'm about to say and think that I'm a dumbass or something, but nothing in here is square, like nothing. The drawer has to try and be square, and I think the drawer itself is close, but we had a heck of a time getting that thing to even slide in and out of there with any kind of lack of resistance. Something was pinched in there, or it's just the sheets of plywood. They weren't all completely flat. There's a little bow to everything. That's one thing that I'll take away from this and doing anything else that's similar to this, or if we build another one or get a van and build it out or something like that, is not to worry so much about everything being exact or just so, because it's not like we're not building a house here. We're just building a place to live temporarily. You're just building a little camper. While it would be nice and everything is a little bit easier if it's square, you're not having to trim here or there. I don't think it's completely necessary. Just know that you're going to have to make a little bit of modifications if you're amateur like us, and
Right.
just roll with it. That's the biggest takeaway in starting carpentry, I suppose, here.
Yeah,
for
and
me.
it does take a long time. Like it is something, if you want the drawers and you want to make it pretty decently nice like this, it's going to take some time. Like what is at least 60 days, and you were working on it almost every night the past 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then I would come over on the weekends and we'd put in at least 5 hours a day at least.
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
In those days, I was working every bit of probably 10 hours on it. That's one thing that we didn't keep good track of, and I wish we would have, is how much time we actually put into this thing. Because there was probably 4 weekends
Yeah.
that
solid.
that we were together for hours
Yeah.
building this thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, the funny thing about that is I don't even really know where that time went.
Yeah,
Or
I
where,
think
like what it went into in here. You
yeah,
know?
most of it was just trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. Like, yeah, I just didn't know what to do and how to do it, and so we were just spending a lot of the time just like, okay, so we got this problem, how do we fix that type of deal? And so we're mainly just scratching our heads and just trying to figure it out. We watched YouTube videos on how to do it, but it was never, the YouTube videos were just kind of like, this is what I did, and they didn't really tell you how to do it. And so we just kind of, I guess you'll just have to figure it out on your own because there's so many variables there that, yeah, it's just kind of difficult.
That's definitely the thing to do is just go at it. That's yeah, again, that's my biggest takeaway is just go at it and don't be scared.
Yeah, sanders. And a sander, get a
belt
belt
sander.
sander. We used that a crap load for just fine tuning and just getting things that were warped back into shape and so that they fit.
Mm-hmm.
We used that a lot everywhere. Almost on every piece of wood we at least sanded a little bit, so that's a huge tool to have. But I think, is that about all that we got for right now?
I
or?
think so.
I appreciate you guys sticking in and hanging out with us. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell so you're notified that there's a new video up. And I guess we'll catch you on the next one. Bryson, do you have anything to say?
No.
You don't want to say anything? Say goodbye.
Say bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Later.